So,
all right, guys, we are on week 3, Thursday night live stream. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Q&A. Should probably put that in the title, Q&A. There we go. How's everybody doing tonight? Is everybody having a good Thursday? Last, awesome. Race came in last for the first time. What's up, guys? How's everybody holding up? Today was amazing for you. That's good to hear. You're losing track of time at this point. I think a lot of us are. I just know when the sun goes down and when it comes back up, pretty much.
Perfect.
Wow. Well, if you guys didn't already know, I put up my new video today, and I went and got tested for the coronavirus, and I just documented my experience with that. And if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out afterwards. You're still in your PJs from yesterday. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Rosie. It happens. You forgot what day it is. Yeah, I think I forget what day it is a lot. Yeah. So we can talk a little bit about the video today. Yeah, thank you for everybody's kind words and everything. I can just kind of go over the video right now also and kind of respond to some of the comments there. And I'm actually kind of shocked, but I got quite a few hate comments and negative comments and quite a few dislikes on this video, which I'm not sure why. So I can kind of address some of these questions right now. Yeah, we'll talk about. So basically, I go over why I got tested and all that. Just kind of most of the comments here are good and sending good vibes and thoughts and prayers and all that stuff. So I appreciate it. I really feel like a lot of people just kind of looked at the title of the video and then skimmed through it and then made very ignorant comments on there, which I don't understand that part. There's a lot of comments on there right now, so the video is getting a lot of views right now. So, does anybody at this point know anyone that has the virus that was tested positive for that? So far, I only know one person, my dad. All right, so I just want to go over some things that I already said in the video. If anybody watched the video and listened to what I said, they wouldn't have all these questions and these crazy comments, but that's why I feel like they kind of just skimmed through it and decided to say what they said, which is stupid, because how can you say things if you didn't watch the whole video? I'm going through, there's a lot of comments, so I'm kind of skimming through it right now, just trying to find. But that's one of the things I wanted to address in this live stream tonight. So, yeah, for those of you that already saw that, you already know the answer to that. I am negative. I do not have the coronavirus. my dad does. My mom probably does, but her test was inconclusive, so she did a second test. Okay, so somebody asked if I needed to see a family doctor first. No, I did not. I did not have to see a family doctor. Yeah, if you're just seeing this, my dad was, well, I'll get into it in a second, but my dad is positive for the coronavirus. And as of right now, he's the only person that I know that has it. And again, I keep saying this, that's very bizarre to me. Out of everybody that I know all over the world, he's the only person I know that has it. I know people that have it, but he's the only one I know. And I'm not really sure how he got it. Well, I refreshed the video, and now I have I've got over almost 130 comments here. And when I started the video, I only had a handful, so I'm trying to scroll down to find some of these. All right, so somebody asked if my parents vegan. So my mom is vegan, my dad is not vegan. Hello, everybody. If you are if you just joined us right now, we're just talking about my video that I posted earlier. Yeah, and I'll explain everything. Everything that I know, at least. Okay. Sending a lot of good wishes and vibes here, which is, very, very thankful for those. Okay, so this one, I'm not really sure on this one here. Somebody writes, why were you so rude to the healthcare worker? I'm not sure what they're talking about there. I don't believe I was rude to anybody. If you're referring to the phone call I got, when my phone rang, I was scrambling to grab my camera and turn it on and start recording as I answered it. But basically I thanked the healthcare provider, and that was it. I probably should have asked more questions, like if I get any paper or certificate that can state that I was negative, anything like that. But no, I don't think I was being rude there. But I guess to each their own. And then the second part of that question, and if you had the virus, why was Rachel sitting next to you in the car? It's called isolation for a reason. So obviously you did not watch my video. Okay, so Rachel lives here with me. So if I have the virus, Rachel probably has the virus. I have roommates that live here, and that's how it spreads. If you're in close proximity to people, then that's likely how. So, I went there to get tested to see if I had the virus, but also to clear my roommates, because I have been here at home, staying at home, isolated. But Rachel works at the hospital, so she goes into work with patients, and so she has no symptoms. They did not test her. So that's why she was in the car with me, because she lives with me. So that's to answer that question. So let's go on to a couple more of these. I got a couple unsubscribes from me. Oh, it looks like they might have probably deleted themselves from my page, and probably. So I got one. Maybe I just missed it because there were so many, but. Yeah, I think they just deleted themselves from there. Okay, so a couple more of the ones, people were complaining about the way I was wearing the mask, saying I was wearing it wrong, and somebody also said, why am I wearing a mask in my car, wasting a mask, and all this. And then somebody said that my channel is just pure drama, and very disappointed, unsubscribed. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm sorry you think that. I don't think that my channel is anything drama, but if that's how you're reading that, that's very unfortunate. I'm merely trying to document history. I'm documenting my day, my life, what's going on here. My dad was diagnosed. Well, he got tested, and he has the coronavirus positive. So, me sharing that information with you, I don't think is drama. It's telling you guys that, yeah, if somebody very, very close to me, one of the closest people in my life ever, has the coronavirus. So anyways, here's how it happened. My mom has had symptoms for a few weeks now, but she also has an underlying illness that she's had for many years. So her doctor has been treating her for those. And, I was wondering myself, like, why she's getting these symptoms again, and why he's putting her on medicine, because, most of those symptoms kind of went away after she started eating healthy and, as a vegan. But then they all came back, and she just thought that she had like flare-ups and stuff. And finally the doctor said, you know what, I think I want to get you tested, because these are also the same symptoms as the virus. So I want to get you tested. So my dad, who lives in close proximity with my mom and her, drove down under doctor's orders to the place I went to, the community coronavirus check here in Syracuse, and it's a drive-through. You drive up, and they do the test really quick, and then you go. And they did that over a week ago, probably a week and a half ago. And my dad had zero symptoms, none, but he was positive. So he tested positive for it, and then my mom tested inconclusive, and they told her that most people that are inconclusive are usually a positive. So they did another test with her, and they sent those samples out to get results. She still hasn't heard back from that. So hopefully any day, hopefully tomorrow, she'll hear back. And so in the meantime, the county that they live in, the county health department met them at their house yesterday in the garage with protective gear on, and they made them sign papers saying that they wouldn't go out of the house. They are quarantined. And my dad mentioned that I had a cough, and I hadn't seen them, and so I guess it was March 12th, which is almost a month ago, a few days shy of a month. And they suggested that I go and get tested because they have it. And any other, if they weren't positive, there's no way I would have went and gotten tested, because why would I think that? But just how bizarre this is, that I don't know anybody in this world that has it except for my dad, made me think to myself, this, I never get sick, and I got this cough that came on, coming from my lungs, and maybe I should go get tested. Even though I don't want to get tested, what good was it going to do for me? I don't feel like I'm getting sicker. I don't feel like I need medical attention. But I do know that I have that, and I do know that I have roommates, and one of my roommates works at a hospital with people on oncology, which have very compromised immune systems. So I probably should go get tested. My roommate doesn't have any symptoms, so they wouldn't test her. So I called the hotline to find out if I needed to get tested. I tried calling my doctor a few times. Nobody answered, so I said, whatever. So I called the hotline for the hospital here in Syracuse, and I told them the symptoms, and I didn't even mention that my parents were tested positive for it, and she thought that I should go get tested. So she recommended that I go get tested, sent that down to them, and then I got ready and I drove down there, 15-minute drive, and I tried to videotape the whole thing. I wanted to videotape the whole experience and set my phone down on the side of the car door, and iPhone didn't work. So I went in there and I pulled up. There was nobody there. There was one guy in the car. I don't know if it was a guy, but there was one car in front of us that was just pulling away. And then we pulled up. I was with Rachel. We pulled up, and they literally looked like they were out of the movie E.T. Everybody was wearing hazmat suits, and the girl came up and started asking questions, and she advised that I only opened my window like that much, like literally that much, just so she could hear me. They passed these. This is the mask that everybody said I put on wrong, that everybody had a comment for me, that why am I wearing this mask in my car? Well, this isn't for my protection. This was for their protection. So they slid 2 of these masks through my window, and they told me to put them on, and I put it on right. And so we put the masks on, and then she proceeds to ask me, my symptoms and all of that, and I told her everything. And then she goes, have you come in contact with anybody that has this? And I said, my father was diagnosed, he came up positive for this. He came up positive for this the day before. The whole reason I did this is because he just came up positive, and I said I hadn't seen him in about 3.5 weeks, but he did come up positive, and the county suggested that I go get tested. So they said, yeah, we're going to test you. So at that point, I had to show them my ID. I had to hold it up to the window. And then so I still have the mask on. And then, so then that lady left. And then another lady came on over with the more hazmat suit on. The other lady just had a mask on and like the suit, but not like the overhead thing. And then this lady came up and she was talking to us for a little bit, and then she said, we're gonna swab you. And now I'm like, is it gonna hurt? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make me feel any better, but let's do this. So she tells me to take this mask that I have on correct, and she tells me to pull it down below my nose but over my mouth. So then I pull it down like this. So now it's no longer on right. Smarties out there. And she puts this swab as far up my nose as I can even, like, it hurt. It hurt, and my right eye immediately watered. And then she took that out and put it in my other one. And then that one, I still feel it. It's the worst thing. I never want this done to me again. I've heard, I guess my mom said it's the same thing they do for the flu. I've never been swabbed for the flu. I've never had the flu. I've never had a vaccine for the flu. So I got these 2 swabs. My eyes are completely look like I'm crying now because they immediately watered so hard. And that was it. They gave me a paper. They said we're quarantined. Rachel was also quarantined, so she couldn't go back to work until I got my results. And the reason why I got my results so quick, it only took 24 hours, because they expedited it, because Rachel is an essential worker. She is a registered nurse, and she works at the hospital, and they need her there. So that is why it was expedited. So I went home. My sinuses did not feel good for the rest of the day, which hurt my head and my ears and also the back of my throat. So that's why I never usually go to the doctor, because I'm always healthy, and I never, for some reason, every time I go to the doctor, something happens. So that's why I choose, never to go to the doctor. I've been healthy for 25 years without doing that. But anyway, I thought that was a smart thing to do. A lot of people in the chat were telling me that I probably should go get tested. It would be the responsible thing to do. The hotline told me to go get tested. The county where my parents live told me to go get tested. So all these people told me to go get tested. So I thought it was the right thing to do. I went and got tested. So today, I didn't think I was going to get the call today, but I did. I got the call today. And like I said, I grabbed the camera and I turned it on. I started recording and I answered it. And, I was not trying to be rude. I don't think I was being rude, but that was it. I thanked the lady, and it was a 20-second call. She said, you are negative. You don't have it. And I was like, thank you. She's like, have a good day. And I'm like, have a good day. And that was it. So I don't have it. I just, for some reason, I got a cough, and it's very rare that I get sick, but I got a cough. I feel completely healthy other than the cough. I feel great. I could probably go for a run right now. But anyway, that's the full thing. I don't feel like people would be asking all these questions if they actually listened to what I said in the video. But if there's any more questions on top of what I just said, feel free to ask them while we're talking about it. Also, a lot of people, you know, and so a lot of people in here. Okay, I'll just say this. A lot of people are saying, you know, they're coming at it from all these different angles, like, you know, stay inside, you know, do what you're supposed to be doing, all this, you know, social distancing, isolation, all that. And then other people are like, you guys are so stupid. This is all a hoax. This is, you know, and I got to say, I'm looking at the information from every different angle out there. So before you make up your mind about me or anything else, know that, like, I don't think there's any information out there that anybody can be 100% on anything right now. There's so much conflicting information, and I want you guys to know that I'm looking at all of it. I'm watching videos from different healthcare professional after different healthcare professional after PhD after every expert that I can find out there to try to make my own conclusion on this. I'm disregarding everything right now and focusing on the reality of my dad is positive, and then I got tested and I got a bad cough. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm hoping that my parents are fine, and you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is a hoax. I don't know. I don't think any one person here has enough information to know for sure either way. Although I do believe there are people in this world that probably know definitively if what is going on here. But until we know that, I don't think that we can go around judging people or, you know, calling people stupid or anything like that. Based on what, you know, whatever you think. There's so much conflicting information out there right now. Yes, Race, my dad is asymptomatic. He's got no symptoms. I mean, he's got a cough, but he's a smoker, so he's like always had the cough. So, yeah. But other than that, he doesn't have... My mom, on the other hand, said her temperature was rising today. She does have symptoms. She's got a cough, and she's already got bad lungs, and she's got asthma and some other illnesses. So I'm just hoping that if she does have it too, which she probably does if it came back inconclusive and my dad does have it. So I'm just hoping that they've had it for a little bit and they're at the end, and maybe that their bodies have, you know, got over it, because as we know, most people do get over it. There are a lot of people in the world, so that small 20% seems like a lot. And but we're hearing all this information about all these, but I don't know anybody, just my dad. That's just really weird to me. So if you're dealing with this, if you know people if you're sick, if you know people that are sick, then you know, I know how you feel there. Yeah, just, I mean, you know, with any kind of, you know, a flu or virus like this, you just want to, I've never had the flu, so, you know, maybe my immune system is just better than most people's, but it's just weird that I got this cough. Although, you know, I might get a cough every couple of years, so maybe it's not that weird. Yeah, so... Yeah, I sleep on my stomach anyway, so I'll usually sleep on my stomach or my back, so... And, you know, move around, get exercise, like, don't just lay around. There are weird things that I can't explain. Even Rachel was talking about, like, for instance, at the hospitals and stuff. They're preparing for this crazy thing going on, but there's nobody there. They're clearing everybody out of the hospital to make room for this, but yet there's 13 people there. That's it. There's nobody there. People are going crazy, but when they get there, it's just like, it's dead. There's nobody there. And they're not training them. They're not training them for anything. And it's just really weird. I don't know how much I can say about that because I'm not the one there, but I saw the whole video with David Icke. I saw another video last night with another epidemiologist. Forget his name. Makes sense, herd immunity and stuff like that. But if that is what we should be doing, we're all doing the wrong thing. But who am I to say what we're doing is right or wrong? My cough is still there, produce. I don't know. I don't know if it's improving or not. I mean, when I cough, I'm coughing, but I don't know. I guess I'm not coughing as much as I was coughing a couple days ago, but it's still there. Like, I was coughing, like, I could cough right now, but I was coughing right before I went live here. No, Cynthia. 13 people are in the hospital for the COVID. So there's 400 in our community, in our county here in Syracuse. There's approximately 400 that have been positive for coronavirus. There's only 13 in the hospital that are sick enough to be in the hospital. These are all people that are like from nursing homes. These aren't like people that are otherwise healthy. These are people that can't really move, that need to be turned over and stuff like that. Those are the people that we're seeing there. There's nobody else there. And that's completely contradicting everything that the rest of the world is talking about. The rest of the media is talking about. The fact that we heard that New York City was sending a bunch of patients to that hospital, but nobody's there. It's just very weird. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm confused. I'd be lying if I said that something is weird here. They're opening a lot of things to make room, but like, are they being filled up? At what point will I see a doctor for the cough? I mean, if it gets worse, every time in the past, I don't know, 15, 20 years that I've had a cough, it's just gone away on its own. I don't have a normal kind of doctor. I don't know what my doctor's title is, whatever. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. They've been expecting people for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but nobody's there. Yeah, there was reports that people from New York City they were begging them to take them up there because there wasn't enough room. Well, you do want a social distance, but what they say is you want to be outside, and that's what the experts are saying, and it makes sense. You want to be moving around and breathing the air outside. I mean, not in a setting where you're near other people, but I mean, there's a lot of land and a lot of area. I mean, depending on where you live, if you live in the middle of a big city, that's probably not a good idea. But if you live out in the country or something, go for a walk down a deserted country road or go for a hike or something. Get some exercise, get some fresh air. The virus isn't going to live outside. Not like that. At least according to the leading epidemiologist that talks about this. I forget his name, but my friend sent me a video last night. I watched the whole thing. It was like an hour long. In Syracuse, there's approximately around 400 cases, from what I hear. $5G, I've heard a lot about the 5G GOTUS, but I don't think vegans are more prone to getting anything. I think it would probably be the opposite, just because generally vegans have a better immune system, especially when they've been vegan for like 25 years or more. Is it possible? Yeah, actually it is. Robert, I don't know if you just joined us or not, but my father got tested because my mom's doctor referred her to go get tested. So they both drove down there together. They lived together, close proximity. They drove down there together and they decided to test both of them. So. Well, you do have that going on with your forehead there. I mean, 5G, I would say perfect fit there. Pretty soon it's going to be 6G for you. So who's on here pretending to be? This isn't really Spherage, is it? This is somebody pretending to be you, right? Because you would never go to a vegan page, would you? You know, I saw a refrigerated truck like that only once before, when I was in New York City after 9/11. Yeah, I didn't think it was, but it, all fun. It's sad that you have to pretend to be Spherage as a follower. Your husband is positive and you're fine? Like, so are you positive too, but you just don't have any symptoms? Hi, Chrissy. I want to wave every time I see your name. Rachel wants to know if anybody else is from Louisiana. Not here, but I've been there. Rachel's new plant looks amazing. Yeah, the variegated syngonium. It just looks like a plant to me, but apparently it's a very rare, special plant. And she's really excited about it. Hey, Emily. Hi from Palm Beach. Hi, Lisa. Dehydrated vegetable chips. That sounds pretty good. What kind of vegetables? Plant-powered muscle. That's a good idea. Recommending getting seeds and growing a garden. Actually, Rachel's working on doing that with a few different plants. And then we'll do videos on that. Seek and Balance wants says, enjoy your channel. How much water do you drink per day? What bottle do you have? I got a few different bottles, but this one is the Tigo, and I like this part of it. But I got some nice fancy ones from, oh, I forget the name, but I got them all downstairs, and I got them all from Expo, so I didn't actually have to buy them, so I got lucky. But I probably don't drink as much water as a lot of people do. I just drink when I'm thirsty. If I'm really thirsty, then I'll drink more water, but I don't know. Today I probably drank about maybe 1 bottle. So, but I try to drink more. So like when I'm streaming, or when I'm here, editing videos, I'm try to have a full bottle there that I'm sipping on the whole time. But my problem is that I only drink if I'm thirsty. I feel good, Emily. Thanks. I just want to say that I don't normally get sick. I know I keep saying this, but I feel good. I've always felt good. Even though I have a cough, I still feel good. I feel 100% minus the fact that I got a cough. Like I'm still working out. I don't feel sluggish or lazy or anything like that. I'm still 100%. So 100% with a cough. Tell Rachel I emailed this company called Living Organic Soil, and they have vegan and cruelty-free plant soil mix. Cool. I'm not sure if she knows about that one yet or not, but I'll let her know. Living Organic Soil. Cool. Sean says, how are you doing tonight? Great to see you are negative. When I first read that, I kind of skimmed through it. I'm like, oh wait, why you think I'm being negative about stuff? No, yeah, I'm not positive. So yes, thank you. Yes. If you're just joining us right now, we just got done talking about my video that I put out today, where I go and get tested for the COVID, and I'm negative, so I'm happy about that. And my dad, unfortunately, is positive, which means my mom is probably as well. We're waiting on her test. I'm just glad that he does not have any symptoms right now. Yeah, don't even talk to the Goda. He's just an anti-vegan. They have an agenda. They try to say all this bull, and they use stupid logic, and they try to say it's impossible to be vegan long term. Like basically, they think I'm lying, and I haven't been vegan for 25 years. So, he's made videos about how sick I am and all. It's just ridiculous. You never get notifications, but you're here. I'm glad you're here, and I'm sad to hear that you never get notifications. The name of the soil company, what was it? Living Organic Soil. Rosie, the test sucked. It was so uncomfortable. They put that like Q-tip like so far up your nose, and it hurt. It hurt. I don't ever want it done again. And I was complaining about it for the next 5 hours. I like being healthy and feeling good, and that totally, I knew I had to have it done, but it totally messed with my whole, just my everyday being healthy and not being in pain like that. And they just put it went right up it wasn't fun. Living organic soil. Have I ever done vegan activism besides YouTube influence? Well, what do you mean besides? I think the YouTube influence is more activism than I ever could have imagined to do without it. I mean, look what it's done. So if you're taking that out of it, then, I mean, just being a vegan is activism. You're existing in this world and you're making a difference. You're making an impact. But yeah, I would argue that the whole YouTube thing is more than I ever could have done without it. You know, if I was just standing at a protest, I'm not really doing much, am I? But with a YouTube channel and everything that I've done through the YouTube channel, it's just making way more of a difference. So I won't ever see you at a protest, Trini, because I don't go to them. Oh yeah. Where's Sean? What did Sean ask? The antibody test. Yeah, that'll tell if you had it or not. Oh yeah, Sean, I tried to, my whole intention was to record the whole thing so you guys could see it, and I thought I was recording it. I had my phone on record and I had it like sitting on the door thing where you could see everything. And after I did the entire thing, they talked to me through the window. I thought everything was on camera and they swabbed me and I drove away. I picked up my camera. Wasn't recording. And I felt like smashing my iPhone. I was so upset. And you could hear it in my voice in the video, but I kind of cut the rest of it off. I was upset. I wanted to turn around and go right back through and do it again. That's how upset I was. So unfortunately, no, I did not get this on film. Oh no, the Q-tip. I don't think the Q-tip could break off, but yeah, that would. Ugh. I don't want to think about that. Rachel didn't have any symptoms. This wasn't a volunteer thing. They chose who they could have turned me away, but they wanted to swab me and they did not want to swab her. She didn't have any symptoms. If I came back positive, they would have came here and they would have wanted to test her and Josh. So it did. It made me want to flip a table, yes. Kika says, I think debating is very effective for vegan activism, and there's something about street activism and protesting that shows passion to the fullest. Oh, I won't deny that it shows passion or everything, but you got to remember when I first went vegan, I saw that, and I had friends that did it, and it just immediately shut me down. I didn't think it was working because I would see, you got to think of it this way, for the majority of the people out there that are arguing with the people out there, the majority of those people are saying everything they can against the argument because they don't want to lose the argument. They also don't want to be told what to do, and it kind of turns them off towards vegans. What has changed over the years is the fact that now there is the internet. So when people are filming the street activism, although most of the people that are on there debating probably won't go vegan, the audience on YouTube that are watching this happen do not feel as attacked. Even if you were a non-vegan watching this, the fact that you're watching this and it's not actually you in the argument with the person, you're not going to feel as attacked, and you'd be more likely to say, oh, he's got a point there, and go vegan. So there you go. YouTube is still coming in handy there, and it's a platform that is promoting vegan everywhere. But I don't, it's just not my style. I haven't felt like it works to try to essentially shove something down people's throats. Now, I know that it's not. I know, and I have the same passion, and believe me, I would, if I could, I would make everyone go vegan, but we can't make people do things because everybody has free will, their free choice, and it just doesn't work that way. And in my experience, when people, tend to kind of tell people what they need to do, they don't want to do it. They want to rebel. They want to say no because you're telling me what to do. And that's exactly how I've always been. If somebody's trying to tell me what I need to do, I'm like, no, I don't need to do anything you're telling me what to do. Even if it's logical, it makes sense, and it's rational, you find more people than not trying to argue the stance there. So there is a place for it, but I don't necessarily think it's the best thing. But yeah, I will agree there's definitely passion there when people do this. But I don't always think it's the best way to go about things in different situations. But the fact, again, that YouTube exists and other people can see that, that's huge. And it's kind of made a difference in the last probably 5 or so years than what it was when I first went vegan. Everybody's going to have their own opinion, and you have your opinion to feel that way. I don't see it, but I guess I had a negative viewpoint of it from early on, and just hearing the words, I cringe at. I've never gone to a protest. I don't want to be at a protest. I feel what I'm doing is the best way to go about, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm saying I feel it's the best way is to inspire people and teach people how to do it and make them, not like trick them, but like kind of like get them in there to like make them want to learn more about something in a positive way. I just haven't seen like I don't know. It's just not my thing. The Follow Your Heart Ranch. I believe I did. I don't really use dressings like that because I eat oil free, but I think that was one of the good ones. I think all the Follow Your Heart stuff is really good. Yes, I've met So You're Dating a Vegan. Oh, you know what? I had video pulled up that I was going to show you guys that I found earlier today. If you guys want to see that. If I can find it. I've got so many tabs open right now. Is this it? Oh, yeah. I didn't think I had this. Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think certain things are better than others, and that's just my opinion from what I've seen over the years. But I will admit that I think there's a need for everything. So I'm not saying, Like, I think there's a need for street activism. I'm not putting it down, but it's just not me. I don't want to do that. I want to continue doing what I do here and make an impact that way. I'm very nonviolent, but do you think you can take Carb Strong in a fight? Who knows? Maybe. I'd give it my all. Zombie versus street activism. No, but let's try to get him on the show, though. For real. I did not. Sorry, Daniel. I have to look again. I was asking my mom about it today, and I guess my dad has the article from the paper, and if he can find that and tell me, then I could find out what date it aired, and then I could find it that way. Because a lot of people tried to look for it, but when you go back that far for Unsolved Mysteries, it doesn't have descriptions of the episodes. It just says, oh, this episode aired on this day and this date, but it doesn't really show the... Yeah, I'm definitely non-violent the way I'm showing it, but one of the reasons why I don't want to do street activism is because I don't want it to turn violent. I don't think I could go to a pig vigil and not tear the head off of a human that is making that pig go. Like, that's me. Like, I don't think I could sit back and do... I would be that person that ends up getting arrested because I want to save that animal, and I know that I can't do everything. I'm not Superman. I can't. There's things that I just can't do, so I distance myself from those things so bad things don't happen. Would I take health advice from an ex-gang member? What I take health advice from, I guess it all depends what their qualifications are and what kind of advice they're given. Personally, I don't think I really need any health advice from anyone. I'm doing really, really well on my own. I'm very healthy, and I've been doing what I do for a very long time. But yes, if you're referring to Joey Carbstrong, who is an ex-gang member, but it looks like he's come a long way in what he's doing, and just because somebody has a bad past doesn't mean they can't have a good present and future. So oh, freaking Empire Palpatine. Yeah, I couldn't do the undercover thing. I'm great at like the videos and stuff, but I couldn't sit there and watch that. I would get in the way. Yeah, everybody has a past. You can't find anybody that doesn't have a past. That's a good one. Okay, there you go. If I did it, if I had superpowers, yeah. D Rabbit says Captain Marvel, even Black. So if I had the superpowers I wanted, I would do all kinds of, I would do all kinds of things that would be saving the animals. Apart from what I can't do from what I already do. So, I've said this before, but GOAT means greatest of all time, Rachel. I know that all this is happening all the time, but like I said, because of the population and because of how many animals are dying every day and every minute and everything, you got to focus on what you can do, because if you don't and you only focus on the bad, you're only going to be focusing on the bad, and that is going to be your life for the rest of your life, and you're never going to have a moment of peace and tranquility or anything, because you are always going to be focusing on that. And believe me, it's going on every minute. So rather than focusing on that, focus on the good things that you're doing to prevent that from as many as you can. And that's what I do. I try to prevent that. I try to do as much as I can to promote veganism on my channel. And maybe I went in in a unorthodox way compared to what was done, before that. But I made a channel that was set in a zombie apocalypse. I wanted to make an entertaining, fun channel to try to get kids and adults to come over and see how fun it was and learn to cook vegan and learn to see how easy it was to be vegan and how good you could feel, and also the whys of why we're vegan. And you get people from when they're younger to learn something like that, and then you teach them, and that's the way to go. So that's what I've been doing all these years, and everything that I've done was not only entertainment but also to teach people to be vegan and make it easier, tips and tricks and everything, just to make it easier when people have questions on if it's too hard or how do you do this or how do you do that. Even from when we first started, people used to tell us, well, I go vegan, but I couldn't give up this or I couldn't give up that. So that's how we started. We're like, all right, we're going to make these foods that you say you can't give up. We're going to make vegan versions of them so that you can give the other ones up and you can eat these ones and you have good food that tastes good that you can relate to. And it just kind of catapulted from there. We just started doing other things that made it easier. Hey, we're going to show, you don't think it's easy to shop as a vegan? We're going to show you how to shop. I'm going to go to every store that I can find vegan things in the stores. Oh, you think it's too expensive to be vegan? I'm going to find a grocery list and do everything on a budget, and then I'm going to make meals and show you guys, vegan on a budget. Just my goal is just to make it easier for people to be vegan. And every person that you inspire to go vegan, they are inspiring other people to go vegan. It's like a pyramid. And every once in a while, you'll have a road bump, like a spherage, a goatus, a five-head, trying to say ridiculous things like it's impossible to be vegan for more than 6 or 7 years. You start talking about 10 years, they're going to be so malnourished. You go 15 or 20 and they're just straight up lying about it. Ridiculous claims. So I do make it. Honestly, coming from me, it's easy. It's like a no-brainer. It's once you make up in your mind that those things aren't food, it's like you still got to eat. So it's like every day is just another day, and it's like I'm going to eat, but I'm just not going to eat that. I'm going to eat this. It's easy, put yourself in survival mode, and what are you going to do? You got to eat, right? So just make sure you're eating the right things, which are anything that's vegan. It's very simple. And I've done it when I was dirt poor, when I made no money at all, when I was living on my own in Florida, walking to work just to get I started out down there as a garbage man. Worst job I ever had. Worst job. Worked 14, 15, 16 hours a day. Came home, I looked like a raccoon. I had dirt all over my face except for my eyes. I was so tired. We had one day off, Sunday. That day I'm thinking, I got one day off. I had to recoup. I had to sleep. I basically had no days off. I worked that job for 2 weeks and then I quit. It sucked. So, you got to do what you got to do at certain times, And I was 19 years old at the time, but there wasn't a day that went by that I was like, I'm too poor to be vegan, or, maybe I bought different food. Maybe I didn't go out to dinner. Maybe, I had to, buy the cheapest groceries I could buy, but I was always vegan. But now looking back, 25 years into being vegan, I'm so glad I made that decision. Oh no, I would never. I had some funny moments as a garbage man. And as a garbage man, we got into some pretty rich neighborhoods. We were by Michael Jordan's house I guess he had a house down there in Sarasota. Cher's house. Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man. Yeah, it just some pretty funny moments in those 2 weeks. But I almost died. I almost got ran over by the garbage truck. I had to jump in the back so I wouldn't die. It sucked. It was probably the worst job I ever had. But back then, I thought it was. If anybody here is a garbage man, mad respect. Your job. I mean, people take that job for granted. It sucks. The minute you get on that garbage truck, you have to pick up garbage for the next 14 hours. And I was so tired at the end of a day that I was like hanging on the back while we're driving, shaking because like I didn't even get time to eat a lunch. And I had been like, basically you're working out for like that many hours straight. And I remember the first day that I was on the job, it was, we start at dawn before the sun comes up and you end when the sun's down. Like, it was dark when I went into work. It was dark when I got out of work. And I remember the brake would go on, like the air brake would go, and then the truck would stop, and then you'd kind of jump off and grab the garbage, throw it in there, get back on there. You got to do it fast because you got a big route. So one after another, after another, after another. And I got into it was like my first day, but I kind of got into the rhythm of every time it would stop, I would kind of lean back and then kind of jump off. And one time I jumped off when we were going a little bit too fast. So I went to jump off and I went boom and I fell right on my face. And I just got up and I'm like, oh, grab the garbage, throw it in there. I'm looking around, hope nobody saw me. Get on the back, keep going. But as it would go, every time that air brake would come on, it was like the Pavlo thing. Every time the bell rang, the dog knew. But every time that brake would come on, I would jump off to grab garbage, throw it in there, one after another, like over and over and over for hours. And all of a sudden that brake went on, so I got off, but he wasn't stopping. He wasn't stopping to get garbage. He was doing like a 3-point turn. So I jumped off, and then he started backing up, and I had nowhere to go, and he was about to run me over. So I jumped in the garbage, or else I would have been crushed. It was like a split decision. I made the right decision, guys, or I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'm a Scream tonight. Well, what's your favorite scary movie? Yeah. Do you want to hear more Garbage Man story? We don't need to hear any more of those. That's true. Are we arguing vegan stuff? I feel like even like the non-vegan, the anti-vegans got to know all the vegan arguments now because they've been blown away by all the facts that they got to know it. Just as good as us. Tell all the stories. Sorry if I'm not reading this while this is going on. Like, I'm not really seeing everything. The birds freaked you out? Yeah, there's all kinds of studies. There's science. And there's me. I'm living proof. Like, literally, if the stuff that they said was true, then I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here. I'd be either dead or like so malnourished, I wouldn't even be able to sit up in my chair and speak to you guys. But guess what? I'm doing push-ups and pull-ups and running, and yeah, I'm doing good. Oh, and everybody keeps saying I look way older. They say like, oh man, you look at least 35 years old. You need to stop this vegan diet because you're aging so much. You look like you're 35, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm 44. I'm 44, not 35. So anyway, what's another story I can tell you guys? How long have we been on for? An hour now. This isn't really GOTUS, right? Is it GOTUS or is it not? Sverige, why would you go to you're just a follower, right? You gotta be. why would you go to a long-term vegan that is obviously healthy as F and try to start something with them? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I debunk everything you say by just being me. We were going to do that, but we couldn't find it. Oh, I was going to show you this, right? Because, I mean, it's really not anything, but this is a video from years ago. People wanted to know how I met Gary Yourofsky. So, I'll show you.
And I can't wait to dive right in.
That's Sun Cafe, by the way. That burger is a raw vegan burger, and it might not look appetizing, but that was one of my favorite things to eat. And right up top over here, these are raw cacao milkshakes, and they are my favorite things to get when I go out to LA. Sun Cafe. Yeah, this is all raw vegan. Okay, this is Jason Robel's apartment. That's Jason, and that's Eco Vegan Gal, and that's Evie, her dog.
Good girl. Up. Speak.
Oh no, that's not Jason. That's John. I knew that he looked a little different.
Oh, yeah. Good girl. It's my last night in California. I got to eat dinner with Jason and Whitney, and I got to meet this guy, Gary Yourofsky. He is awesome, dude. So now you're gonna be giving speeches all over the country, right?
You have about 90 lectures in 11 states in 3 months.
That's pretty hardcore, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing some videos with him, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We're gonna be heading back to Syracuse tomorrow.
And they're going to record me in New York the following week. Hopefully at City College or Queens College, one of the schools that I'm going to be at. That'll be cool.
Yeah, we'll be posting it shortly after, so keep an eye open.
Brand new speech, by the way. Not the same one you saw in 2010.
Perfect.
All right, there it is. That's how we met Gary. We went out to dinner with him, and then we hung out. Jason's. And then we filmed his speech, the best speech ever. So that was it. Oh wait, there's some more. Hold on. Might as well play the rest of it. I thought Chris, you tricked me back in the past.
Jaber, the terror of Jaber. Look at this face. See that face? That face has killed many men. It has eaten many biscuits, and it has smelled like the bottom of the ocean for years. Guys.
Where are we gonna
Look
be
at that
on this?
iPhone.
On a cruise in October. Vegan cruise at sea. If you guys don't know about it, Vegan Zombie, Chris, John, Whitney, myself, Miyoko Skinner, Issa Chandra, the vegan black metal chef. We hear a rumor, maybe Robert Cheek, maybe Chad Sarno. It's basically like the coolest vegan YouTubers, celebrity chef peoples all in one boat for a week to the Caribbean. You should really sign up. You should do it.
You should. It was fun. I hope I don't get re-monetized for that music. Oh, man. Anyway, guys. Vegans are sexy. That's funny you said that because that's the sexy vegan right there. Brian Patton. Wouldn't I say that Gary's speech is shoving veganism down people's throats? I would say that's opening it up, and it's a video that people can voluntarily go and watch. But yeah, in a way, I think that's why I wouldn't do a speech like that. But the way he does it, very activist style. Nonetheless, I think there's a great need for that speech. Don't be brainwashed by the elite. Well, I would consider you the elite of the anti-vegan movement. So, you're right. Don't be brainwashed. Go to... Yeah, really. Do you keep an open mind? First of all, I don't even think it's really him. But who am I? I don't know. I don't go to his channel. I mean, what's the point of coming here and just... Are you arguing that I'm not... that I can't be healthy as a vegan? That I'm wrong for being a vegan? Like, what is your argument? Do I know the annoying vegans? Yes, I've met them at the vegan street fair. I'm not really... Annie's vegan mac and cheese. I think it's all right. I mean, my favorite is the Road's End. But, yeah, it's all right. I actually made some hamburger helper with that the other day. It doesn't matter. I mean, people are going to have their opinions either way. I know what I stand for. I know what I do. And I've done it like every day of my life for the last 25 years. And that's just to be vegan and try to be a good vegan. Try to do things for the animals and make it less harmful for them, less stressful for them by just doing my part. So nothing any non-vegan says is going to affect me in that way. Well, if you're saying 84% leave veganism, I think there's a lot there to, where you're asking, they're taking polls from people that might consider themselves vegan by trying it for a couple days or a week or two. And yeah, there's people that are, vegan for longer than that aren't vegan anymore. But, I think that this is coming from me, my experience. I've seen it for the last 25 years as a vegan. Veganism has grown exponentially every year, and it keeps growing. So that 84%, whether it's true or not, it doesn't really say anything, because in the grand scheme of things, veganism is growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's just another ridiculous argument that you're trying to make. I mean, there's people that likely went plant-based and said they were vegan just because it's easier to say you're vegan, that just never clicked in their head of why they're vegan. So once you go vegan, it's a whole kind of mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's not just the way you eat. Because I can't be like, oh, yeah, I ate plant-based for 2 weeks and then I wasn't anymore. You can't consider that somebody being vegan and then not a vegan, or somebody trying it for, like, you're going to get a bunch of people that said, oh, yeah, I tried it for Veganuary or something. Oh, I tried it the 30-day challenge, and yeah, I did that for a month, and then I wasn't, I didn't do it anymore. There's so many people that are like that. But were they ever truly vegan? I doubt it. So that number is way higher than it should be. But yeah, again, it all defaults back to the fact that every year more and more people are going vegan. I mean, for God's sake, it is mainstream now. 25 years ago, it was unheard of. Nobody even knew what the word was. Half the places you went out to eat, they'd be like, what? Vegan? They didn't even know what it meant. But now, it's everywhere. It's in sitcoms, TV shows, movies. Restaurants are doing it. Freaking steakhouses have vegan things, for God's sake. I mean, it's everywhere. And it's only going to keep doing that, because I've always said this. Veganism isn't a fad. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. And, it works. I mean, yeah, you could be a junk food vegan, but it works. It's not like, some fad or something out there like the Atkins diet. And because of that, I knew from an early age that it was only going to get bigger and bigger. And I was right. And when I made my channel, The Vegan Zombie, I told John, I go, John, I think this is a good idea. I mean, not everybody likes zombies, but there are a lot of people that do like zombies. And they've been a staple. They've been like a cult classic for 50 years now. So along with that in veganism is something, it's only going to keep getting more popular and more popular. And I knew that 11 years ago too, when I made the channel, and guess what? I was right. So you tell me, Godis. I don't want to make this stream about Godis either, so but listen, have an open mind and listen to somebody that's been vegan for 25 years, a strict vegan for 25 years. Yes, I'm a strict vegan. No, I don't cheat. No, I don't take steroids. I saw all the stuff you said about me. No, I don't have an autoimmune disease. No, I don't have eczema. None of the things you said about me were true. I'm not on death's doorstep. I'm very healthy. My blood work shows that I'm healthy. Yeah, I work out. I'm 44 years old. I still skateboard. I do everything that I used to do. I just never grew up. I'm still a kid. Hold on. Okay, so with that same logic there, Gotis, if it even is you, but if it is you, and I've only watched some of your videos because of the video you made about me. Oh, you're not the real Spherage. Then why are we even talking? Why are you even pretending to be him? Why do you even have somebody else's name? That'd be like somebody using the vegan zombie name and going to his stream. Like, just if that's the case, why are you even saying any of this stuff? I don't know who you are, so I can't say anything about you. Anyway, other questions here. Are you here because you want to argue with us, or do you want advice to actually be vegan? I'll tell you right now, man. It's the single best decision I ever made, and I didn't even know it at the time, and I'm so glad I made it. I would probably be a different point in my life if I didn't go vegan 25 years ago. But it could be the single best decision you make too. And maybe you had health problems because you were eating something that you were allergic to when you went vegan. Maybe there was a whole slew of different things. But I'm going to tell you, the answer isn't, we don't need animal products. You don't need to start eating animal products again. And, I have several friends of mine. Everybody that I know that's vegan, nobody's like unhealthy. If in fact, going vegan has made people that were unhealthy even healthier just for doing it. And with that being said, yeah, there's junk food vegans that probably aren't as healthy as they could be. But if you're talking health-wise, you can absolutely be vegan and healthy. So if you need advice or something, then just give it another try. I'm telling you, it could save your life. You might, the one thing that we don't have, the one thing we all have is just a finite amount of time. And you might have been making the worst decision of your life, following Godis, following Spherage, doing what he's telling you to do. And it could be probably is killing you. And 20, 30, 40 years from now, you might be looking back saying, oh man, maybe I should have listened to the vegans. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have listened to Spherage. But guess what? By then, you've wasted all those years. And I'm just telling you, this would be the best decision not to do what he's saying. He's got no concrete evidence, no long-term effect. He's basically saying all the stuff that I've already lived. I've been vegan for 25 years. I swear on everything sacred to me that I am not lying. I don't cheat. I don't eat animal products. I've been a strict vegan for 25 years, and then 5 years before that, I haven't eaten meat in 30 years. I've been a vegetarian and then a vegan. So this is the truth, and I'm very healthy. I think you're wrong. I think everyone can be healthy as a vegan. I also, look, I was also born with a heart disease. I was born with pulmonary stenosis. I was told I would never outgrow it. My dad is on heart meds. My dad is on blood pressure meds. My dad had an aneurysm. He's not vegan. I am vegan. I outgrew my heart condition that they said I would never outgrow, that I would always go. Every 7 years, I had to be hooked up to a cardiogram and all kinds of electrodes on me, and they would look at my heart and my valves from my pulmonary artery going to my lungs, and they said I would never outgrow this, and likely why I was out of breath and lethargic at times, and I can't prove how that changed or anything, but what I do know is that I stopped eating meat and dairy. I went vegan, and I led a very healthy lifestyle. I didn't drink, I didn't do drugs, I didn't smoke, and the next time I went in to go check out my heart, they looked at it and they said, "You're good." And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" They're like, "You're normal." I go, "So I don't have the condition anymore?" And they're like, "No, you don't." I go, "So now I don't have to pre-medicate?" And they're like, "No, you don't." And I was like, "Yes," you know? So, just saying. Okay. All right. So, let's go on to some other people's questions here. You have hair loss? No. Well, first of all, how were you? Were you eating an extreme vegan diet? Just eat a balanced meal. Do I think zombies should go after all animals or just humans? I think realistically a zombie would go after anything that wasn't dead, so probably they would go after animals, but I don't think they would ever catch, well, they wouldn't catch most animals. Look, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help people and animals by leading by example. I'm good up here. I can't convince everyone to go vegan, and I don't expect to. But the people that want the help, that want the encouragement, that want the advice, I'm here for. And I'm also here to stick up for people that are on the fence about it, that might not know, that might hear somebody like Sverige or an anti-vegan giving, like, I'll give him that. He might make a nice argument for somebody that's really clueless to it, but I'm here to tell them otherwise from an actual person that's experienced it, that can say it's BS. And that's exactly what it is BS. If you guys want to know more about this, just go watch Vegan Games debate Sverige. Sverige, every time Sverige doesn't have anything to say, he's like, "Well, I don't believe that. I don't care if the claims say that. I don't care if the science says that. I don't believe it. I don't believe that's true." So let's move on to the next point. You can't argue with somebody like that. So there's no point in it. A lot of people have digestive issues, but that doesn't mean it's because of vegan. And if you went vegan and you did experience that, like Dr. Greger talks about that, I think, in Brian Turner's video. He says, when somebody goes vegan, they start eating different foods, right? So when they start eating different foods, there might be something that you're eating that you might be a little bit allergic to, but that doesn't mean you can't be vegan. That means just stay away from that food, and there's other foods to eat. There's always different ways you can, there's foods that I don't like to eat as a vegan, but there's nothing that's made me like, unhealthy or feel like I was unhealthy. There's so many different, and then, there's vegan dietitians and nutritionists, and there's people that you could reach out to that would give you like honest advice on what you can do to change that, to help that out, rather than just saying, okay, what you're doing there is, that eating meat the way Sverige does, for one, is deadly. And he's even had problems where he was, paralyzed because he got some kind of bacterial infection from eating meat like that, but he doesn't really talk about that, does he? That doesn't happen eating vegan food, so. Yes, I appreciate Yvonne, even though I don't see what the message says. Yeah, I don't need to debate somebody like that. Like, if somebody's not going to change their mind and they're just trying to bring me down or make me look bad, I don't need that. Like, again, I'm living proof. I don't need somebody to try to tell me, like, how it is. Like, I know how it is. Nobody almost got paralyzed. Farage actually did get paralyzed from eating meat. Love my show. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we've talked about a lot tonight over the last 125. Hey, that's my birthday. 125. Goda said he would reconsider. That would be awesome if you actually, came here and we listened to you and you actually gave it a shot instead of just, honestly, I think people that group up with Farage somewhere deep down know that what he's doing, and if they're doing the same thing, is not right. It's not the right thing, And I mean, I'm boggled by people with all the information that we do know, and they think that is healthy. You're eating another animal. You don't know what that animal's eating or taking in, or antibiotics or hormones, just the hormones, let alone in the animal's body, parasites, all kinds of different things, disease. You don't worry about that with plants. What's the hardest recipe to make as vegan? Probably like meringues and omelets and stuff like that. Although they are doable, but for my experience, that would be probably the most hardest ones to do. Who are my favorite vegan authors? Like, for cookbooks and stuff? I gotta say, I haven't read any vegan books. Yeah, that is from what I hear, it's something that is getting worse and worse. The antibiotics resistance. The more you have, the more your body resists, and then when you really need it, it doesn't work. Darth Vegan, why do I think that you are Godis? Hey, Larry. Oh, and I also want to say, guys, that I don't know if you're watching right now, but I got a card in the mail today from one of you named Kirby, and I want to say thank you for the in-person super chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. But wait a minute. Now I'm wondering, how'd you know my address? I have a PO box that is in the description of the Vegan Zombie here, but that's not the address it came to. Now I'm wondering. I didn't think of that when I got it, but my actual address is 510 Racine. No, I'm just kidding. What movie is that from? Yeah, I'll say, like, there's really nothing that I'm missing by just eating whatever I was eating all these years. I wasn't deficient on anything. My vitamin D was a little bit low, but up here where I live, pretty much everybody's is low, including non-vegans. So just up my vitamin D a little bit. My vitamin B12 was perfect. Everything else was good. So yeah, as long as you're not having like a crazy restrictive diet, you are most likely going to get everything you need. And as I said, I've been vegan for 25 years. For the first 23, I never even took supplements or vitamins, and everything was good. Again, the vitamin D was a tiny bit low, but not so low that I was killing myself or anything like that. And again, that wasn't a vegan problem either. Yeah, and vegan is also my teeth. I'll tell you this. I used to get a lot of cavities and stuff when I was growing up, and they all stopped as soon as I went vegan. I haven't had any cavities since I went vegan. I had a root canal before I went vegan, and I finally got that capped like last year, which had nothing to do with being vegan because I just never got it capped all those years. So my teeth are really good. My teeth are fine. Yeah. Exactly. That's my argument when Sverige says stuff like that. There's a few people that say that kind of thing. They say you can't be vegan. And if you are healthy as a vegan as like 5 or 6 years, you're likely using up all of your nutrients that you stored up from when you were eating animal products. And that just doesn't fly for me because my whole body is completely different than it was 25 years ago. I've got no stored up any animal products in my body. And, you know, if it was true with what they said, I wouldn't be here. But I am. And I'm not only here, I'm healthy. I sound better? You like when I sound passionate and talk about real issues. Don't I always talk about real issues? Yeah, I just did a video about my teeth a few months ago, the end of last year. And yeah, my teeth as a long-term vegan. I'm telling you guys, there's nothing in animal products that we need that we can't get as vegans. Simply said, if we did, I wouldn't be here. Because most of those years, I never even took supplements. I'm taking them now just because I have them. It can't hurt. You know, I'm trying to keep my vitamin D good so it doesn't go down again. You know, especially being secluded right now in a house, not going outside, and not to mention I'm a night owl, and you know we have long winters here in Syracuse. So even when you are outside, you're totally covered. You know, you're not getting enough sunlight in your skin to build that vitamin D. So I haven't heard of Howie Hawkins. I've heard of Stephen Hawkins, but not Hawkins. How often do I have to go to the dentist? I don't have to go. I try to go. I get a cleaning every 6 to 9 months, I try to waive the x-rays when they want to do x-rays. I'm like, no x-ray unless, it's something, every like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I might say, all right, do an x-ray just to make sure I don't have any cavities or anything like that. And I haven't had any. So I like to, also I had Invisalign, which has nothing to do with the health of your teeth. But, I had braces when I was a kid, when I was in junior high and high school. But then when I got the braces off, I was like, kind of like I rebelled. My parents made me get the braces, which I didn't want to get. But I'm glad they did that for me. But afterwards, I said, all right, I don't need braces anymore, and I'm, going to live on my own. So I never wore my retainer. And I regretted it when I got older because about, 7-8 years ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the Invisalign. So I did that, and 14 months later, now my teeth are perfectly straight. What do I do? So when I go to the dentist, I bring my own toothpaste and I bring my own dental floss, and I always bring it with me because I don't want them using something that's not vegan on me, and they're totally cool with it. And actually, the last time I went, the dental assistant said that she really liked the floss that I had, which was Magic Mud floss. There was one pup right there, right just a second ago, but now he's gone. Guessing game. We're gonna do a guessing game right now, right? Well, so one thing, fake Goatus, I don't know. When you went vegan, I don't know how you were eating or what you were eating, or if you were in a balanced meal or if you were doing extreme like raw vegan. Like, I don't know how you were eating, but yeah, if you're, from what I've seen and from what I've experienced, that if you're doing extreme diets and stuff, they're not always for everybody sustainable. Just the realm of a balanced vegan diet is completely sustainable, but like if you're going extreme within the realm of vegan, like that's where you get into trouble. And I've seen a lot of people do that ended up being anti-vegan, and they all seem to have like the same formula. Oh yeah, I promise I'll follow up. I'll try to reach out to Richard and see if he wants to be on the show. All right, I know a lot of people don't like the guessing game, but I guess we could do like a couple maybe, and then what time is it? Oh my God, it's already. I still thought it was yesterday, but it's today. It's like 1 a.m. Oh my God. Yeah. Darth and Kika are the only ones that don't like the guessing game. Tell me what about it do you not like? I try to do a variety of things in my live stream to keep it fun. Also, this isn't the Vegan Zombie channel. This is my second channel. We can talk about anything. You know what? Fun fact. I've never picked ET for the guessing game. Thank you, Larry. Thank you for the sub. Oh, yeah, it's Friday now, Trini, isn't it? Are you going to bed? Oh, you got Dave's Killer Bake. I still got a loaf of Dave's Killer Bread downstairs. Now you're making me want. You want to talk about Left 4 Dead? I haven't played Left 4 Dead. I still have my all my tabs open so I can look at each of the games, figure out which one I want to get. I'm early tonight? I don't know. I'm about average. I'm very attractive. Thank you. Thumbs up would be nice if you guys want to give the stream a thumbs up. I can't see any of the thumbs up, but we have 144 people in here. Let's at least get it to 100. I don't know what it's at right now. I'm going to be hooked on Left 4 Dead. I think I looked at that, and that was... do they have, like, mutant zombies in that? I don't like the... I call it unrealistic. I know the whole thing is unrealistic, but I want it to be like if it was a real zombie apocalypse. You want to see these big, huge monsters, kind of like they have in the Resident Evil one. The screen says 47. Come on, let's get that up to 100. Who else says no to games? Speak up. Nobody say no to games. People are drunk. People give me thumbs down. All right. I'm not going to ask for thumbs up anymore, you guys. The zombies are 28 days. Oh, so they're fast zombies. That would be scary. It's 147 people in here right now. Well, that's pretty good. So, I have lots on my Discord now. You know, fun fact, I do have a Discord. I've never even used it. I don't even know really what it is. What is it? I made a Discord when I made my Twitch, but I've never really done anything in it. Can people verbally speak on there, like with microphones? Is it like a Skype? I'm not really sure what it is. We're gonna play strip chat. Kika. How big is my house? I live in a huge castle. It's got a really nice dungeon. There's a moat around it, and my housekeeper is Fake Sverige. Or Godis. Okay, so Discord. I'm going to have to get on so it's a mix of Skype and chatting forums. So wait a minute. Does that mean everybody's talking all at once? Is it like chaos? Or like how does that work? Did you guys notice that my background is green tonight instead of blue? My Discord is... Where is it? Hold on. I think I have it somewhere. Right here. I got to figure out how to get into it myself, but this is the link for it. But that's cool hearing about... I'm really going to have to figure out what Discord is because... I don't know how many people. It says 3 online. I have 33 members in Discord. Wow. This is the Zombie Crew Discord. Yeah, I'll try it. Oh yeah, Jesse. Thank you. 100th like. Containment breach, no. I think that would be weird if everybody can talk at once. If there's like 100 people in there and everybody can talk at once, that's going to sound like the sound of a million whales. Yeah, the pups were just behind me. Yeah, thanks. If you guys are joining the Discord, go ahead and I'll figure it out and we'll do it. I don't know. All right, I think we've talked about a lot tonight. Everything from the video. Oh, and also if you guys haven't watched my video, the reason why we're talking about at the beginning of this video, go watch that. And then I'll be on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. No, I was wondering if I could put a different color for every day of the week so you would know, like, oh, it's Thursday green. Although for me in my head, Friday is green. Thursday would be blue. No, Thursday I don't care about you. Friday I'm in love. Saturday wait. Sunday always comes too late. It's Friday. Okay. Well, if you notice, we haven't done the guessing game yet. So do you guys want to do the guessing game? Yes, that was the cure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we should do the guessing game because I just don't know. Let's see. Okay, so this is guessing game. We're going to start out. It's not Darth Vegan. It's Kika. All right, you guys all got it wrong. Okay, we'll do one game. Now I got to think of somebody, just anybody. I don't know who to pick. You want somebody All right, I got one. I got one for you guys. Ready? Go. We're playing the name game. For those of you that don't know how to play, I'm thinking of somebody that is fairly well known. It can be anybody. It could be somebody that's alive, somebody that's dead. It could be a character. It could be a cartoon. It could be somebody that's real, somebody that's not real, a writer, an athlete. It could be anything. And you ask the question, I say yes or no. Ready? Go. Not E.T. Yes, he's a male. Not an animal. Not an actor. Yes, he's alive. Not Indiana Jones. Yes, he's real. What's the lead singer of The Cure? Robert Smith. He's not a cartoon. He's not over 40. He's not a singer. Race, you're not alive, are you? He's not a scientist. He's not Chris Cooney. He's not in movies. Yeah, he has dark hair. He is a YouTuber. Not Seth Rohan. Not me. He's not a comedian, but he's funny. We're playing the name game right here. Yeah, Lynn and Debro got it right. It's No Egg Craig and Piper and Jennifer. No Egg Craig. So there you go, guys. That's the name game for tonight. And if you don't know No Egg Craig, go look him up. Follow No Egg Craig. Fellow local YouTuber here. Actually, I talked to him yesterday. Why not Vegan Gains? Because I chose you for the first one and Craig for the second one. Maybe Vegan Gains will be next time, but I should do another camping trip without the bears. The third one was supposed to be Fake Goddess, but I'm negative. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner. For dinner at 1 a.m. I am on a completely. Who else here is on a later than normal schedule just because of what's going on? Maybe you're cooped up in your house and you're not at work or whatever. Yeah, fake Goddess should have played with us too. Did you log off him? I'll probably go watch something on Netflix right now, or while I work out, something like that. I didn't think I was going to have a video for today. I was going to have to, really either pull an old video out or film something new. And then that call came in, boom, from the health department, and then there it was. I had a video ready to go. Will I be dropping groceries off for my parents? I don't think so. I don't know. I know my brother was going out there to drop some stuff off for them. Okay, so here's the problem right now. My dad, back to the beginning of the video. So my dad is positive for the COVID, and my Vegan Cuts box goes to their address. I never changed the address from them because when I was, moving out of here and then back in here, I just had to go to my parents because I can always get mail at my parents. But now I can't. So I can't do the unboxing of my Vegan Cuts like I do every month because it's there, and it's probably not a good idea for me to go pick it up since he is infected. AJ, I think they're good. My mom was doing an Instacart from Aldi, so they have food there. Also, like I just said, my brother Pat brought them some stuff. I actually thought I was going to be quarantined here if my phone call was different today, but actually I do need to go out and get produce when I can. I got 2 dogs on the floor right down there. They're looking up at me like, who? Will he be retested? My dad? I don't know. There's a lot of things I'm not really sure on. I don't know what's going on, and it sounds like if my mom doesn't have it, then he should be cleared in a few days because he initially got tested like a week and a half ago. So hopefully my mom comes back negative, but it's probably unlikely if it really is as contagious as they're saying. But they're saying it's possible, which is weird to me. The girl who called was like, hi, did you hear her say that? It was literally a 20-second phone call. I should have probably asked more, but I had the camera in one hand, and I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what she was going to say, and I'm like, oh. I didn't say it like that. I just said hello. No, you just watch it, and you'll see what I said. We'll leave the box outside in the sun for... It's cold here still. It's not even warm here. It was like 40 today. 40, like a month into spring. The call was fine. Yeah, you didn't think I was rude, right? I wasn't trying to be. I said thank you. And what more are you supposed to do? I'll tell you who was rude. The lady that swabbed me, she was rude. Oh, you made cheesecakes and the pumpkin roll. You went straight for Halloween. You want a giant... I made a giant salad the other day. It was like so big and good. And salady. No, I haven't seen any of Ian Gaines' videos since I went to Toronto like a month ago. What did he do? Yeah, I've been like so busy with my own videos, like seriously streaming every day on YouTube and Twitch. I just really haven't had time to watch anybody else's videos. And then when I'm done with this, I just want to go away from the computer just for a little while. Good night, Vigo. I will... chat foo. My dad will have to test negative twice before he can go in here. It's different everywhere. I don't think that's the case. That's not what they told them, which is weird. Everybody's saying something different, but the county health department that came to them did not. That's not what they said. We're gonna have Frank Tefano on here, so it's you. You're making all these fake accounts and coming in here. I know what you're doing. I think I'm gonna go make some food and watch some Netflix right now. I can't be sitting. I need to go work out too. I can't. I've been sitting down for way too long. But one more guessing game for Ralph. Okay, Ralph. Since you gave me the super chat, appreciate it. We're gonna do one more guessing game. I gotta think of somebody. Okay, let me think here. Okay, I got one. Here we go. Go. Yes, female. Not real. Not E.T. She does sing sometimes. I don't know if she's vegan. No, Belle, not you. Not a cartoon, not animated, not Elsa. She has been in movies. Not Jessica Rabbit. That's funny. You three people guessed Jessica Rabbit, but no. Not Ric Flair. Woo! Not Minnie Mouse, but that did go through my mind. I almost picked Minnie Mouse, but no. Is she pretty? Well, that's subjective. So, to some people, not a horror movie. Not human. Not an actress. So she is in a movie. Oh, we got two people that got it right. Miss Piggy. Perpetually Annoyed got it, and so did Terry. It's Miss Piggy. So there's your second one. And I did say not human. And Jesse got it too. I know there's a little bit of a delay there, so you probably got it before I said it. So on that note, we're gonna end the stream, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna watch on Netflix. I gotta find something though, because I watched all the Cold Case Files, and that's what I wanted to watch, but they're all done. So I'll probably try to find a movie or something. But thanks for watching. Thanks for the super chats, and go check out my new video if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow.